This local game store has banned all these cards for their commander players. We're going to continue to look at them, starting with Impending Disaster. This is a 2-mana enchantment. During your upkeep, if there are 7 or more lands in play, sacrifice Impending Disaster and destroy all the lands. That's actually fascinating. This, you know, looking at this card, this looks like a card that should be on the commander ban list. It's giving me very strong balance vibes. It's giving very strong limited resources vibes. This is a perfectly legal card. Look, this is not banned in any format, especially commander. It's literally punishing the person who's putting more lands in play, the person who's ramping, the person who is using mana in the form of creatures or artifacts. They're not nearly as blown up by this card whatsoever. Leon Corgi says you should do a Mark Rosewater ban list next. He would ban Hornet Sting, Leeches, and Harmonize. I don't know what his ban list is. Any color pie break pretty much. Oh, I see. Banning the anything against the color pie. So Impending Disaster. Of course, we know this local game store hates the land destruction. This is a land destruction card, but it gives you some chance to destroy this thing. I mean, look, it says during your upkeep if there are 7 or more lands in play. So everyone knows that then Armageddon is around the corner. They can hoard lands in their hand. Maybe they can bounce some lands back to their hand. They can destroy the Impending Disaster. Does anyone have any enchantment removal around here? Anybody? Anybody have enchantment removal? They could attack the player that played the Impending Disaster. So, okay, you're going to blow up all the lands, but not before everyone's going to chew like a huge chunk out of your life total, just to spite you for playing the card in the first place. So, Impending Disaster, it's sort of jank, but it's at the same time, it's so similar to a lot of hated land destruction cards. Gillum, that might be the jankiest card I've ever seen. I've never heard of it until today. It's an oldie but a goldie, an Urza Legacy card. Good morning, Jeff. You know, it's Armageddon with a ticking time bomb. You know, it's ticking down 1 turn at a time until it hits your upkeep. You can also stifle the ability, right? When it's in play, if there are 7 more lands in play, sacrifice Impending Disaster. That's it. How does this work, actually? Okay, how does it exactly work? At the beginning of your upkeep, if there are 7 more lands on the battlefield, sacrifice this enchantment and destroy all lands. So I'm assuming... Well, actually, I don't understand. So, hold on. I guess this is just going to trigger, and then if it resolves, it gets sacrificed? I think? Yeah, sacrifice the enchantment and destroy all lands. I'm just saying you could stifle this, but if I'm reading it correctly, it will continuously trigger every single turn after that. Still, until it gets sacrificed. Dressara, they don't make mass land destruction in red like they used to. No, they don't. Maybe because people just hate it. I bet they've done enough marketing, enough play group test. What's it called? They've done enough group testing to find out that casuals hate land destruction. It is the very resource that lets you play the game. And if you don't get to play the game, you're not having fun. If you're not having fun, people will play Hearthstone. They'll move to another game where they can play their cards. Crawdaddy, I have no issue with this, but if someone plays on turn 2, it's going to go off the following turn, basically wastes 3 turns. Actually, it's really interesting if they play it on turn 2, if there isn't 7 lands in play, because who is going to play the 7th land? Who's going to be the person to sacrifice 1 extra land to get this thing off the battlefield? 7 lands in play in a 4-player game. It's not exactly a long fuse for a bomb, but who wants to trigger it? Like, if you put this out on turn, let's say you play this on turn 2 and there's 5 lands in play. Who's going to be the person to put the 7th land in play? Not to mention that person is putting 1 extra land in play to get destroyed. If you stifle it, it would just go off on the following turn. That's right. So you can stifle it. It sacrifices and blows up the lands at the same time. I'm just saying you can delay it. There is some means to interact with this. If you stifle it for 1 turn, maybe someone can destroy it with like enchantment destruction on their next turn. Benny, the MTG Color Pie is stupid. I love cards that break it. Planar Chaos is one of my favorite expansions. Oh yes, why don't we just let every color do whatever it wants? I'm a little closer to the color purist, but I don't. So I'm a little bit more like Trisaru. I feel uneasy seeing flying on a mono green creature. Well, that I don't feel weird about, but I prefer colors stick to the color pie. And if they adopt things that are not part of their color pie, that's fine. But there must be a big disadvantage to it. Like when blue has to take 2 damage when they're playing Sonic Blast. Mean Bruley, almost a political card. Put the blame on the player that played the 7th land. You did it! You didn't have to play that 7th land. I thought we were playing cool around here. Gillum, what if the impending disaster player is the one to play the 7th land? Well, then they're sort of stupid. Well, I mean, if they want to throw away all their lands, then go for it. Okay, I'm assuming this card is not too powerful. I'm curious how people feel about this, though. Impending disaster. Love it, hate it. Okay, we're creating a poll here. We got our poll for the day because this is very similar to a lot of land destruction cards that people do hate in Commander. Fan factor: are any exchange life total effects on the list? Do you find those unfun? My local game store wants to ban Mr. Negative as a commander. I don't know yet. People hate the life getting swapped. What's the difference between that and like a simultaneous like drain and gain? I don't think there's a whole lot of difference. I guess people hate the concept of something getting stolen from them. All right, you stole my life total. It's not powerful. It's just not very fun. Well, that's the whole point of Commander. We're trying to have a good time here, and this card is trying to steal your good time. This will only become unfair if that owner has a card that prevents floated mana to lose after steps and phases. It's just mediocre. Okay, it looks... We need a judgment here. We're 50-50 so far. I worked hard for that life total. It's mine. Oh, I see. So some people who get to like 100 life, you like just completely swipe their life total. Just sorry, you better have enchant removal the card. Yeah, this is basically it. Okay, I guess we're just split 50-50 on this thing. It's not crazy. It's not broken. All right. Next up, what do we have on this ban list? We have Intruder Alarm. I don't know how anyone broke. I guess it's a combo card. This local game store is very anti-combo. Intruder Alarm, 3-mana enchantment. Creatures don't untap during their controller's untap steps, and whenever a creature comes into play, untap all creatures. This is a combo in the sense that if you have anything that has a tap ability or floats mana, you can play a creature and then untap. Also, there are things that make creatures, by the way. So you might be able to like tap a creature to make a token or something, which then triggers Intruder Alarm to untap everything. Probably get more mana, get more activated abilities. Yeah, no combo for you. If you're a combo player, get the hell out of here. Mean Bruley, this of all cards is banned. This card's super fun. Well, I mean, if you're playing it fairly, it's fun, and it also affects everybody. If you're playing it unfairly, Gillum says, I don't know anyone who broke that card. Nikachu about the brokenest cards. Jorman, everyone knows Intruder Alarm is an easy combo card. It combos with anything. That is not true. It does not combo with anything. You have to make you have to make a very specific deck to combo with Intruder Alarm. Might also add you need a pretty big board state usually to combo off with Intruder Alarm. Also mention that Intruder Alarm combos are pretty easy to interact with because there's usually like one key creature on the battlefield that is making the alarm combo go off. So just kill that creature and no combo. Fan Factor says this was an accessibility ban. It prevents carpal tunnel from untapping everything so much. Oh my god! If I were, let's say there was a million permanents on the battlefield, I would just say, okay, float this much mana, play this creature, untap. Like, I don't think it's that big of a deal. Combos in a ham sandwich. Crawdaddy, if we ban every 2-card combo, I'm pretty sure we'd have banned 4,000 more cards. Maybe we will, Crawdaddy. Maybe we will. Some people are surprised that this series is still going on. There's still a lot more cards to the series. Jeff says Kiki Jiki felt sad on this ban. Does Kiki Jiki really need intruder alarm? Like, really? Please? I don't think so. Like, Kiki Jiki doesn't need intruder alarm to combo off. But I mean, I guess it works. It will do that. What about Pestermite? We'll see. Maybe we'll see. I think Pestermite, there's nothing wrong with Pestermite. Kiki Jiki is the problem card. Josara, this is also a stacks piece and slows the game down. Is it? Okay, because creatures don't untap during their controller's untap steps. It's a very loose stacks piece. Remember, if any creature enters the battlefield, whenever a creature, untap all creatures. So what it's basically saying is, if anyone at the table plays a creature, they'll untap your creatures for you. Doesn't seem that hard. It would seem like if you're using it as a stacks piece, you better not be playing any creatures in your deck. And I guess never play your commander, because that will also trigger the intruder alarm. So you said this was the last. It is not the last one. I didn't say anything. Before the show started, I said there's like at least 3 more streams to go. Benny's, I would love to play a no ban list tournament. Oh yeah, I would love to play it too. The mythical 6th bracket. Everything goes. Meme Bruley, considering how long this series has been going on for, I wouldn't be surprised if they ban whole sets. Eventually, we're going to ban Modern Horizons. And then Modern Horizons 2. And why don't we just get rid of Beta? Voice of the Woods go burr. Benny, picture on a no-ban list Modern tournament. I would play it. You'd all regret it. Because it would probably have Time Vault and everything else in it. Anything with Time Vault is a problem. Okay, Intruder Alarm is banned. I don't think it's worth being banned. Here's a card that maybe is worth banned. Mana Breach. It's a 3-mana enchantment. Whenever a player plays a spell, that player returns a land he or she controls to its owner's hand. Just a very annoying stacks card. Look, look. You know what Mana Breach is good for? You know what it's good for, everybody? It's good for playing around Impending Disaster. Let me tell you why. Because as you play your spells, you get to return the land back to your hand. Also good for landfall players. All right, so I mean, you play the 7th land, and then you play a spell. You return the land. The 6 lands back on the battlefield. Impending Disaster doesn't get to trigger. I'm telling you, people. This is what that's the beauty of Magic the Gathering. We have cards that help play around other cards. If you unban Mana Breach and Impending Disaster at the same time, it all balances itself out. Tresaro, Oscillate Pride is now banned. I got bored reading it halfway through. Is it? Crawdaddy, playing with Power has done holiday specials of no ban list games. I know, I've seen. And they win with Time Vault. Don't worry, Time Vault is not a modern card. Yeah, but we're not talking about modern today. We're talking about Commander. Being Bruley, I love this card. It's great in my Patron of the Moon deck. Gillum also says, Mana Breach is good for Simic Landfall shenanigans. That stuff is evil. I know everyone's looking for some reason to get their lands back into their hands so they can replay it for the turn for landfall. That's why Oboro is worth so much money. Where's Oboro? Oboro Palace. What is it? I didn't spell Palace, probably. What is it? What is it now? It's... Oh, actually, I think it came down. I could have swore this was a lot more expensive. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe what... Did they have one reprinting? They're not reprinting this card very much, Oboro. So what, they hate landfall players? There's no combo to this, right? So the only reason I could think of that they are banning the Mana Breach is strictly because it's like a tax effect, unless they actually do hate landfall, which is possible. But you know what? You don't have to hate landfall when you are buying cards at FusionGamingOnline.com, my favorite place to get my Magic the Gathering cards. Deal of the week this week, saying 15% off all Ultimate Guard accessories. You'll need those accessories to store all those cards you bought from Marvel Superheroes. Don't forget your Thur and Thor's hammer. And if you're worthy, and the rest of your cards are worthy, use coupon code Nikachu at checkout to get 5% off all your purchases. And of course, it supports the channel. Who wouldn't want to support the channel? With at FusionGamingOnline.com. All right, next. What do we got? What do we got next on this list? Mana Breach is it's the weirdest card so far, I think, being banned. You know, even for a taxing card, I don't think it taxes you that badly. If anything, it could be ramp. You know, if you don't have a land drop for the turn, just like float your mana, play a card, and then replay your land, and boom, you're good to go. Ooh. I wonder what people's opinions are about this. Mystic Remora. I actually could see this card getting banned just because it's so annoying. Blue enchantment, cumulative upkeep of 1 mana, but it slows the game down if you don't. Okay, whenever an opponent casts a non-creature spell, you may draw a card unless that player pays 4. Now, you don't have to pay the 4. You don't have to play any spells, I should say. And just let the opponent pay their cumulative upkeep every turn. But then no one's doing anything. So you either feed the fish or not. I don't like this art. It's my least favorite art. Ooh, this is the art. I own this one. I think it's so cool. I can't, you know, if there's a beautiful art, I can't own anything else. This is my Mystic Remora. Blue Bomber says, sadly, I'm not worthy. I'm a Demir legend. No red or white in you. Unban everything. I play Mystic Remora, and you know what? It deserves to be banned. Just play creatures. That's true too. It only hits the non-creature spells, so you have to be playing fairly. Which, funny enough, if you're in a low enough power bracket, this card actually does nothing. I remember I've played Mystic Remora. My opponents just played creatures for the first 4 turns, and I got nothing off of this card. You just should display the OG art. Oh, you want the OG, huh? There we go. Here's the fish. So it looks a little stupid though. There's no way this deserves to be banned. Okay, so we have some people that say deserves to be banned, not deserve to be banned. Danny, the annoying part is playing it in a Brago deck. You blink it and the cumulative upkeep is refreshed. Wow. Looks like I should be playing Brago. Intrude Alarm is nuts, and Helga. You'll slow here, Cakes. We gotta get up to speed. But I believe you. Tresar, there's counterplay so and it sacks itself at some point. Well, I mean, one of the main problems with Mystic Remora is not everyone's gonna play ball. If you play Mystic Remora, there's a few ways you can break this. Okay, so the first one is that you're just at a table of people who just don't care. There's like, okay, I don't care if they have Mystic Remora. I'm just gonna play my Soul Rings and, you know, treasures and whatever, you know, Mishra's baubles anyway. The second problem is you save the Mystic Remora for a turn you want to combo off, and then you play Mystic Remora up front. Then you go for your combo, and if anyone wants to interact with you, it's not a big loss because you're going to draw a bunch of cards off of it. Let blue stacks exist. Well, we talk about how stacked this card is. Let's see how people feel about it getting banned. Okay, let's take a look at this one. Okay, Mystic Remora, how do people feel about this one? I think this is a very polarizing card. This is one of the... I mean, a lot of these cards are just stupid on this ban list. Mystic Remora is one of them that actually makes a little bit of sense. Christopher B, show idea. Rule 0 banned as commander. Oh, that's interesting. That's actually a good idea. Yeah, we should have a banned as commander show. Okay, I'm on it. We got to bring back banned as commander. Mix Mystic Remora with Solemnity. Wow, now that's a combo. Solemnity being the... How does nobody bring this up on the banned cards? Or sorry, how does nobody bring this up on the bad combos that actually work? Solemnity would maybe combo with every cumulative upkeep card. Anyway, players can't get counters. Counters can't be put on artifacts, creatures, enchantments, or lands. Now, you may not know this, but cumulative upkeep does put a, what is it, an age counter? Yeah, it puts an age counter on the card. Put an age counter, then sacrifice it unless you pay its upkeep for each age counter. Yeah, that's it. I think that's a great combo. We got Jormu. Mystic Remora stops the game progression for 2 turns usually. But you know, if everyone's smart, they're just land go, land go, land go, land go, land go, land go. Okay, it's sacrifice. That's it. Gillum, I know what that local game store bans. It's much stronger than 3/4 of the cards that they banned. Tresaro, I mean, if we ban Mystic Remora, we should ban every card draw engine. Well, not ever. This one's 1 mana. Mudasir, I mean, it can literally be Ancestral Recall. In fact, it could be even more. It could be more than Ancestral Recall. Benny, with a Solemnity, Mystic Remora would supposedly never leave. Yeah, well, I mean, especially if it has only 0 counters on it. It's a slippery slope. I don't know if it's that slippery. Blue Bomber, you could also Solemnity. The fish doesn't have a permanent upkeep of 1. Yes, that's correct. Tresaro, I can see the argument to ban Rhystic Study, but I've never seen someone want to ban Rhystic Remora. Well, Mystic Remora is simply, you know, the baby Rhystic Study. It has similar vibes, and like I said, you can set it up so that it's good. You can set it up in such a way like, okay, I'm comboing off this turn. You want to interact? Well, I'm going to draw a boatload of cards off of it. Fan factor, it should be errated to be sacrificed if it leaves the battlefield and have Shroud. What? We did it. We broke Solemnity for the millionth time. Solemnity with Naked Singularity. Oh my god, that sounds like a bad idea. That's an awful idea. Head mod, Lord Magicus. I think the fact that so many people and places have to try and rework ban lists is probably a sign that the real lists aren't really doing their job. I mean, I think this is like a pure, like, low power level bracket commander place, and, like, you know, forget the game changes. They're just taking the whole ban list into their hands and doing whatever they want. So the whole community is fine with just like super low power, no feel bads games. Whereas other local game stores are fine with the feel bads games. They just understand that that's part of the game. It's part of the game to feel. It's part of the game to feel bad sometimes. Everyone. Christopher B, is this particular store aware of the attention it's getting? Well, not in this case, because I don't know what the name of the store is. Gillum, it's weird that it used to target an opponent and now it's any opponent. Yeah, well, it had to be updated for the multiplayer world. Blue Bomber, and if your opponent has a Vorinclex Monstrous Raider, it works the same way. You. John, why can't I vote to not ban it? Well, no, you can't. Well, yeah, I put ban it, unban it. I'm just sort of trying to gauge how people feel about this card. By unban it, you want it unbanned. Okay, fan factor, what about opposite hexproof opponents can target, but you can't? What? Wait, this doesn't even, this is used to target whenever target opponent successfully casts. Forget about the target. They errated that now. It's just whenever an opponent does anything. There's beauty in BS. Crawdaddy, I got the Titanic music. My life is complete. Lord Magicus, I think Mystic Remora is way better in CEDH versus, say, Bracket 3, and Rhystic Study is sort of the opposite. Oh, you don't see the option to vote? Oh, no, you just type in the chat, 1 or 2. And, but you got, well, it's too late now. It seems that we're going to unban it. Okay, this card apparently not worth being banned at all. Okay, next up, what do we have on this list? Ooh, Necropotence. We got the Skullman in the house. Black, enchantment. Skip your draw step. If you discard a card, it gets removed from the game instead. Pay 1 life. Remove the top card of your library from the game face down. At end of turn, you put it into your hand. Gillum says, "You know what? That is not surprising." I'm a little surprised that this card is legal. Like, I'm actually just flabbergasted that this card is legal in Commander. The fact that you don't get the cards immediately, like, what does that matter? You have 40 life. you could spend 10 to put 10 cards in your hand and probably get to do something with them anyway by end of turn. I mean, I think this card is a complete abomination. I would say it danger. The fact, I have no idea how anyone sees that this card is fair or fine in this format. It blows my mind away, even if it is a game changer. Is it a good card? Yes. But it's black, and effing love black, so unban. Gillum says, I'm surprised that this is legal. Anyway, I know! Like, look at its history here. It's banned in Legacy. It's restricted in Vintage, for obvious reasons. It's legal as a game changer in Commander. Legal in Oathbreaker for some reason. It's legal in Oathbreaker? What the hell are they smoking down there? What are they smoking? It's legal in Brawl. How is this? And it's restricted in Timeless. Let chaos ensue. Ullman says, no card yet. Not banned in any local game store I'm aware of, but I feel like Fade Away should be in that list just because of the headaches and all the rules implications it has. The hell is Fade Away? Oh, for each creature, that creature's controller pays 1 or sacrifices a creature. Did they have Fade Away banned? They didn't, actually. Yeah. Let them know. If anyone from that local game store is watching, Fade Away. Probably no one's playing it, but you know what? You never know. Now that they've seen it on this show, maybe they will ban it. John Kodiak says, Necropotence does it danger. Necropotence actually got bad ratings upon its release. Pro players destroyed critics, as usually they do. It was the Siege Rhino of its time. Benny's. It was the Siege Rhino of its time. Gillum, tons of stuff is legal in Oathbreaker. Their ban list is minimal on purpose. Okay, that actually sounds like a fun format to me. Although I honestly don't find Necropotence fun to play against. It's just pisses me off when my opponent rips Necropotence off the top of their deck. They play it. Like I'm actually just speaking on behalf of like Necro Dominance, which I mean, I have to admit, this card is perfectly legal. This card did not break the game. I don't know. I guess the world is just too aggro now. But still, I mean, what? Limiting your like the total hand size to 5 is such a big difference. Yeah, like Necropotence, in my opinion, supremely broken. Necrodominance, borderline unplayable. Look at the rulings. You mean for Fade Away? Oops, where's Fade Away? At the beginning of the resolution, each player counts up the number of creatures they control. Then they make the required number of payments and or sacrifices. I'm not reading all this. Okay, there are rulings. Fan Factor says, it's okay. It's a singleton format, so there's so much variance. There's absolutely no way to tutor it. Necropotence? Oh, I see. Oh, you're just being funny. There's no way to tutor these cards. There's no consistency. Yeah, it's only one card. All right. Anyway, Necropotence is banned. I believe in this ban. I completely believe in the Necropotence ban. Next up, we've got a card I don't know. Overburden. Okay. What's this thing do? It's a 2-mana enchantment. Whenever a player puts a creature card into play, that player returns a land he or she controls back to hand. Oh my god! I think this is a card that people would absolutely love to play with. It's just whenever a player, that player returns a land. So this is the same thing as... Where were we here? Mana Breach. It's a 2-mana Mana Breach? They return a land back to their hand. Is this just 2-mana Mana Breach? Whenever a player puts a creature card into play... It has to be a non... Yeah, okay. Actually, they errated it. Whenever a player puts a non-token creature onto the battlefield, that player returns a land they control to its owner's hand. It is $13. It's actually a surprising card. Spike says Necro is fine. He's probably right. I don't know about Necropotence, but Necrodominance. Benny says, I got a Necropotence out in a game and was attacked to death by everyone after that turn. Well, I had to get your life total low so you can't draw so many cards. David says, I used it in a Planeswalker deck. Oh, you're talking about Necro. Blue Bomber, that's better since it's a enter the battlefield, not a cast trigger. Oh, was Mana Breach cast whenever a player... Oh, this was on cast. The errata is whenever a player casts a spell, that player returns a land they control back to their hand. What is the difference? What does it matter? I think it's just effectively is the same damn thing. It's a pretty strong card to stave off aggro. Tokens aren't cards barely. Tokens aren't cards barely errata. What? Oh yeah. Tokens aren't cards. That's fine. We understand. We can't put a token into play. They just sort of like come into play out of nowhere. All right. This is very close to the Mana Breach thing. I guess it's just like an annoying Staxy card. I don't see why anyone should be super upset about it though, and it is banned. But I'll tell you what's not banned, and that is your ability to play any deck, any format you want with Mana Traders, the premier place to rent Magic cards on Magic Online. Play all your favorite formats, including Commander, one-on-one, Highlander, CEDH, whatever floats your boat. On Magic Online using Mana Traders. Use coupon code Nikachu_Z4M for 40% cash back on your 3rd month subscription. Now back to our regularly scheduled programming. What's our next card? The next card on the list is... Ooh, I love this card. Actually, I don't, but I wish I could love this card. Parallax Tide. It's a 4-mana enchantment with Fading 5. Remove a fading counter from Parallax Tide. Remove target land from the game. When Parallax Tide leaves play, each player returns to play all cards he or she owns removed from the game with Parallax Tide. Now, this card actually is banned in a format. It is banned in Pre-Modern. It's interesting. Does this card see any play outside of Pre-Modern? Like, does anyone play with this card? This card is $50. It might have price memory since its Pre-Modern days. Maybe some people think it's going to get unbanned. I doubt it. And Nikachu loves it. Ban that thing. Evil. This isn't a show we're calling out cards, Almond. We're literally looking at a local game store's ban list. Gillum, Evil with Proliferate. Oh yeah, okay, so yeah, you could break this with Proliferate. You can sort of break it with Stifle effects. Blue Bomber says Overburden hits people if they cheat things in with like sneak attack or other effects like that. Yeah, sort of. David Sampson says it was 30 until Pre-Modern got real popular recently. Yeah, so like it was $30. Pre-Modern gets popular. This is one of the better cards in the format for Stifle Not decks and also Mono Blue Tide decks. And then they banned the damn thing. So I don't know why it has to still be $50. It's not on the reserve list or anything. I didn't even know anyone even would play this thing in Commander. Does anyone play this in Commander? Like maybe it goes into like a Proliferate deck. I thought they have better things to do with Proliferate. It only has Fading 5. By the way, like if you're not abusing this card, you're just gonna get the lands back. It's like Oblivion Ring for lands. I would say this is a pretty pathetic card to ban. I would use it in a deck. Gillum says, I find it funny that Almond is up to no 2 cards yet when there wasn't even a first card. No, there was a first. Well, there was a first card. They suggested a Staxy card. Almond just realizing this is not a card suggestion show. This is a card opinion show. What is your opinion about Parallax Tide getting banned in this local game store? Blue Bomber says Atraxa loves this. No one ever mentions the Atraxa. I only know one Atraxa, and that was the ETB Atraxa. Lord Magicus, I have a feeling Parallax Wave is not far behind Parallax Tide in Pre-Modern. What is Parallax Wave? Oh, is that the creature one? Oh yeah. Well, they still play this card. Like this is played in Replenish. This is played in all the Replenish decks in Pre-Modern. But this card can be played like versus any deck. There's a lot of decks in Pre-Modern, they just don't have any creatures. But if you play Parallax Tide, I mean, everyone has lands. I guarantee you there's not a single deck in Pre-Modern that doesn't play lands. So everyone plays lands. So this card hits everybody. Fan Factor says, if Infect is banned, what is left to proliferate? I don't think they've banned Infect. I don't think that we banned a single... Did we ban a single Infect creature? We haven't gotten to the creatures yet. Spoiler alert, I don't see any Infect creatures on that list. Gillum says, in one-on-one, it's pretty strong. Yeah, I mean, okay, one-on-one, this is a pretty good card. But 3-on-1? Like, what am I just going to go all out and remove one player's lands and then that's it? If I spread the love out, I can, like, basically take out, on average, 2 lands of each player at the table. Gillum says, card suggestion shows? We don't do those anymore. 12 opinion shows a week now. Don't worry, 1 opinion show is gone. David Sampson, I have Wave in a deck, and I'd put Tide in the same deck. Why not? Okay, Almond does have an opinion. The local game store is soft and needs to allow harsh gameplay to teach the noobs. What if everybody is a noob and they like to live like that? Lord Magica says the only Infect creature that's remotely playable, as far as I know, is Skittles, and it's usually part of a dragon combo. Gillum, we didn't get into the creatures yet. Good lord, we're still going to talk about that local game store in a year. No, just a few more weeks. Okay, Parallax Tie is banned. I don't think this card deserves to be banned. I think this is a very silly ban. Okay, this card, we're going to understand why it's banned in a second. We got Pemin's Aura. This is probably the absolute crap. This is still a pretty crappy card to be banned. 3-mana enchantment. It's an aura. Pay a blue, untap enchanted creature. Pay a blue, enchanted creature gains flying until end of turn. Pay a blue, enchanted creature can't be the target of spells or abilities this turn. And for one generic, you can pump it up. So +1, -1, or -1, +1 until end of turn, giving it morphling powers. What is Pemin's? Pemin's is supposed to be. Is it an? I can't remember if it's an anagram because you can't read it backwards. Nemip? Nope. It was. Oh, the whole Pemin's Aura is Superman. Is it? Hold on. Super. I have 2 M's here. Lord Magicus, this aura is best friends with Thur the Enchanter. I'm sure this is best friends with a lot of cards out there. Leon Corgi, wouldn't this ban list hurt the local game store since it's less likely the patrons would buy the cards from this local game store unless it's to play kitchen table? I guess the idea is like the value you lose on some cards is made up by the value of other cards that you would gain. So people would be more encouraged to buy Timmy cards. You can increase the price of Timmy cards because everyone can play them. I will admit this, okay, it's the same with all super hyper fast competitive formats. The more competitive and the higher the power level, usually the less diverse it is. So if you kill off all the power, you get like everyone being able to play anything. You can do anything. That should, in theory, increase the range of ideas people want to play out, or like decks that they want to build, and therefore that could be good for the local game store. Almond, it's freed from the real with removal. Jeff says, not surprised with this ban since freed from the real was banned last show. Maddie says, I am. Oh, is it I am super? I am Superman. Okay, I see it. I see it. It is an anagram. David Sampson, does the local game store have like a good collection of cards? Why are people going there? They probably have a pretty good collection of cards. Benny, it seems decent for Niv Mizzet, the Fire Mind. Oh yeah, that would work too. Pemin's Aura, it's freed from the real with removal. Blue Bomber, maybe this game store doesn't have high value cards. The more casual games must bring in more people buying, let's say, the $5 cards than one person buying a $40 card. Christopher B, that's 3 minutes behind. How many players before Poison becomes useless as a win con? I don't know, Christopher B. I don't know. Okay, Pemin's Aura is banned. It's a pretty sad ban, to be honest. All right. Here's a heavy hitter card. It's Ristic Study. Were we surprised? Ooh, this is my favorite Ristic Study art. Who knows how long I have to play with this card? I mean, this is a card. Everyone's asking if it should be banned. It's in the hot seat. Didn't the Commander's Rules Committee basically say like, we've got our eye on it. Like they're almost prepping people that this card could get banned. Let's see how people feel about this card. Of course, I play it, so I'm gonna say I want to keep it. But I understand, like, you know, I'm not gonna lose any sleep over this thing. Okay, here we go. Start the poll. How do we feel about Ristic Study? Do you pay the 1? That's probably the most annoying thing about the card. It's just asking people if they want to pay the 1 out every time. Ristic Study should probably just be banned overall, to be honest. Especially for the CEDH players. They realize how stupid this card is. Gillum says, against 100 players, Poison would be pretty useless. How about Toxic? Wykill says, ban it. 10 Yushing. People keep coping that should not be banned. What? A little confused by your response. Should not be banned. Lord Magicus, get Rumored of Study, Smothering Tides, and Thassa's Oracle. Yeah, let's just get rid of them all. I mean, this is what the game store is doing. They're getting rid of all those stupid cards. Elixir, if Grand Augustine isn't banned, neither should this be. You could have a point. Arguably, the downside to that. Okay, there is a big difference between the two. Grand Augustine says you can't play your spells. Ristic Study doesn't say that. Ristic Study says you can do whatever you want, but one player is going to be drawing a card off of it. And if there's one thing I've witnessed from Commander games, both competitive and casual, is that there's always a few people who just want to just blatantly ignore this thing. Benny says, as long as there is Invigorate and Blazing Shoal Poison will always be a decent win condition, says the Infect player. Jeff says, Ristic Study doesn't give a downside to its controller, in contrast to Mystic Remora. Yeah, the cumulative upkeep. You can just play this freely and just let it ride. Almond opinion, the fact that Ristic Study exists leads me to believe that Ancestral Recall should be unbanned in EDH. There we go! I would gladly do a swap. We swap Ristic Study for Ancestral Recall. Who's with me? My blue brethren. Gillum again asking, do you want to pay the 1? Leon Corgi, errata it so no one can ask, do you pay the 1? And if a player forgets, you draw. Well, the thing is, it goes on the stack. You know, you saying, do you pay the 1 is just you acknowledging your card triggers. So you have to say, I'm not a do you pay the 1 person, generally. I like to say Ristic Study trigger. It's a very competitive way of calling out my trigger, asking if they pay the 1. David Sampson, in more casual games, people play enchantment removal. In CDH, they don't only counter spells. I don't know if that's maybe that's true. Personally, the more casual level I get to, no one plays any removal. Anyway, that's that. I mean, I don't have a very large sample size compared to the rest of you, but I just find that the more casual you get, people just they play cards that completely ignore their opponents. You know, the more I've played with, there's a certain group I'm playing with right now, and they're coming to the conclusion that they should be playing more removal. Like there's one player at the table that's always trying to win on turn 3, but I've got the interaction for it. And one of my friends originally thought the only way to beat the player who's trying to win on turn 3 is to win on turn 3 themselves, or to win super fast. They realize that, you know, my means of using removal spells or counter spells or evoke elementals is also a way to is a way of winning the game. All you have to do is interact with your opponents. Jeff, Ristic Study doesn't give a downside to its controller. Oh yeah, I got that. Wait, this game store, it seems to be a combat meta. Are Propaganda and Windborn Muse banned? No, because we are in Enchantments and we just passed P. Great point. so taxing attacks is legal. Crawdaddy, you can do anything you want, and because you do, so will I. John Kodiak, it's just 1 mana 7 times if you want to storm off. 10 Yushing, I support that hot take. Ancestral Recall over over Ristic Study. Yeah, let's do a nice clean swap over there. I just say the Ristic Study trigger. There you go, Blue Bomber. That's right. I don't own Recall or have the money. You don't need money. You just need a printer. You just print the damn thing out. Wait till you own the Ancestral Recall swap. Blue players are very optimistic about this. I'm just a dick and draw without saying anything. You missed it. You missed it, buddy. Sorry. Should have paid the 1. You didn't pay the 1. Or actually, you know what? You would be even more of a dick thing to do. You just say, "Did you pay the 1?" And then like just before they go in to tap the land, you're like, "Oh, you didn't pay the 1. I'm drawing. Too late. You had your chance." Corbinick says, "Hard disagree." Then again, we have a mono black player. Leon Corgi, aren't you a spot removal or 1-for-1 removal in Commander hater? No, I'm not. I'm actually all for it. I criticize people who don't have spot removal. It may not look like the most efficient thing to do, but there's a lot of situations you need removal. Everyone complains. Everyone wants like. There's so many like staxing creatures that would just be easily dealt with if you just have Swords to Plowshares. Sure, for ourselves, Study is really strong, but if it gets banned, it's purely for the same reason they would consider banning Soul Ring. There's no reason not to put it in an EDH deck. Well, okay, this card breaks CEDH. Generally speaking, whoever gets Ristic Study on the battlefield just wins the game. I mean, the game is over. It's just too strong. Like, that's a very heavy combo format. So if you go for the combo and anyone interacts with you, you're just going to draw a boatload of cards and you can combo off again. You are encouraged to combo super fast, like by turn 3, turn 4. So you have the option to do that, but your opponents don't, because they're not going to be setting themselves up because they got to play around the stupid tax the entire time. So this is almost a win in CEDH if you look at the games. Lord Magicus, the problem is in Commander, single targeted removal is, but you're trading 1 card for 1/3 of your opponent's cards compared to 1-for-1 in single player, so you're incentivized to play less removal. Gillum says, we just passed P. Nikachu at the urologist. I passed my P. Believe it or not, Nikachu loves to pee. Peeing is great. David Sanson, I'm cool with you proxying, but you just don't do it. Okay, that's all. That's fair. That's fine. I mean, I got like very few proxies. Very. I like to play with the real cards. I just have more fun playing with the real cards. Bryce, hot take, Commander is casual, so unban Charizard. Nikachu is a stacks player. I sort of am. I actually am. I play with a lot of stacks cards actually in my deck. I'm shameless about it. Ristic Study is part of the reason why I love Bane of Progress. The green Timmy blood flows through me. You would love this local game store then. Gillum, does thou payeth the 1? 10 Yushing. Miss triggers is why I hate Ristic the most. It takes too much time for people to think about paying the 1. Yeah, they're like thinking, oh, it's wild how often people forget there's a Ristic Study on the battlefield. It's like they have 7 mana. They got a 4 mana card and a 3 mana card. They play 1, and then all of a sudden I say Ristic Study trigger, and like, oh no, that just completely breaks their entire plan. They should just assume it's like you got to put Ristic Study directly in the middle of the table just to remind everyone that, you know, they're taxed by 1, or they just give me a card. Okay, 2 reasons it breaks CDH. Yes, that is correct. Crawdaddy, 1-for-1 removal is bad if it's expensive, but you absolutely need some of it. Yes, you need some. There's always like a card that is super problematic, or commanders, for example, and you need some removal. Everyone needs to contribute. Fan factor, there are many things true in life and Commander. Death and taxes is inevitable. So is paying the 1 and having 4 mana on turn 2. 76 mag. In Commander, it is common to have not clear removal, but creatures that remove something. It will cost more, but you don't waste a card just for removal. Hinaria, I skip bringing removal and just bring farewells. Jigra, T is a heft letter for card names, so it is still a long way to go. Blue Bomber, I proxy anything over 20 bucks until I can find it. Until I can find it for cheap. 20 bucks. It's a lot of money for a card. Bryce, I proxy for CEDH and that's it. It's very hard to play that format without the proxies. Lord Magicus, I used to be a real card purist, but honestly these days I play a mix of the cards I own and proxy. We have another stacks lover over here. Gillum, did you forget to pay the one? Christopher B, there's an alchemy card with gift a Rhystic Study. Why would they even want to do that? Someone will pongify the Rhystic Study, so it's fine. You can't do that. Pongify is only creatures. Lord Magicus, though, I did build a Gilgamesh EDH just so I can use all my fancy foil Sword of X and Y cards. You're a swordsy person, huh? Oh, there's a lot of discussion for this. Benny says, if the opponent runs out of mana, you get a card whether they like it or not. Maddie, to be fair, I've missed plenty of Howling Mind draws. How do you miss that? Like, are you... What? I guess it's a trigger? Bryce says Rhystic is fine. Carbonic says solution to Rhystic Study, just have a Shieldred in play. Oh, God. Jeff, the only fun thing about Rhystic Study is if the controller forgets its trigger. That fizzles, because it is a May clause. Well, actually, the trigger is not a May. Well, I understand what you mean. Okay. Actually, to be honest, in competitive Magic, whether it's a May or not doesn't matter. It is of the player's responsibility that it triggers. They have to remember their trigger May or not. David Sampson, I don't think CDH runs Assassin's Trophy anymore. Enchant removal costs more than one, so no one plays it. Why kill? One for removal leads to politics. One for ones are bad, says Crawdaddy. Then why play any creature that doesn't make at least 2 tokens? Benny, Rhystic Study is downright sinister in my Niv Mizzet deck. Almond, also kind of surprised that Nether Void wasn't on this ban list. Yeah, it's not. Where is Nether Void? Yeah, it was not on here. Oh boy, I can get not wanting random king making a RS or Rhystic Study player, but good luck drawing more than 2 cards in proficient playgroups, not CEDH. Or, you know what? It's a funny thing. This format is so slow at this local game store that they probably can play around Rhystic Study pretty well. Although they don't have a whole lot of fast mana. Bryce, we have Bowmasters to balance it out. You know what? They tried. I don't know if it actually balanced out. Okay, it looks like, wow, more than 50% is for Rhystic Study. I'm surprised. I'm flabbergasted, actually. Okay, next up. It was a pretty interesting... okay, Rhystic Study should live. Next we have... Oh my god. Why? Rising Waters! Did they have... I guess they had Winter Orb earlier. Earlier in the series. Okay, this is a 4-mana enchantment. Lands don't untap during their controller's untap steps, and at the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player untaps a land he or she controls. It's basically a 4-mana blue Winter Orb. It's pathetic. I have played with this card. It's just easier to play Winter Orb, though. Wasn't Donnie the Bowmaster? Fan Factor says, now imagine a bunch of sloths playing Commander at the store. Do you pay the one? The sloths would have to get to the game store at the crack of dawn so they can finish their game by midnight. Crawdaddy, when you asked if Nether Void was banned, I heard Nether Goyf and got very confused. Back to Basics? They banned Back to Basics. Back to Basics was super banned. Bryce, first time hearing about this. You've never heard of Rising Waters? Almond says, this is fine. Oh, hey, my favorite card in IC deck? What is AECI deck? Never heard of it. AC Tyrant of Gyre Strait. Pair with the Seedborn Muse. You may play an additional land on each of your turns, and landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, you may draw a card. It's pretty sick. Actually, that land draw thing would be great with Overburden. That would be really, really, really good value. Back to Basics is 3 mana, and it permalocks. This is fine. Old boy says, I play in a few artifact decks. Rising Waters? You mean like as just like another stacks piece of some sort? I guess this card is a combo card for... no, it's not. I don't think it's a Wilderness combo card. I mean, it could. Yeah, you could be right. Christopher B says, how is this ban list even enforced anyway? You're not allowed to play/make purchases for the rest of the day if you violate it? Well, I mean, no. Well, I guess that everyone would just scoop against you if you're playing a banned card, right? Like, how do people enforce a regular ban list? Christopher B with the controversial opinion. I think cards like this one, Blood Moon and Harbinger of the Seas, Winter Moon, etc. need to be in the format because the lands like Gaia's Cradle are too powerful in multiplayer. Well, my counterpoint to that is, well, it's true that Blood Moon and Harbinger of the Seas will do what you're saying. Rising Waters doesn't do what you're saying against Gaia's Cradle. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player untaps a land. Guess which land they're gonna untap? They're gonna untap their they're gonna untap the Gaia's Cradle. I know I have this experience because in pre-modern against elves, I first played Winter Orb and it was worthless. It was just worthless. They can untap one land, so they just kept untapping the Gaia's Cradle, and that's all they needed to do. Corbinick says, how does this interact with Winter Orb? You probably only get to untap one land. Or do you get to untap two? At the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player untaps a land. Okay, hold on. Winter Orb. Maybe get to untap 2 lands. So they by stacking them together, you actually don't stack. As long as Winter Orb is untapped, players can't untap more than 1 land. Okay. Actually, okay, this is not a trigger. It just says that you can't untap more. Oh, but during your untap steps, at the beginning of each player's upkeep, oh, you get to untap 2 lands. Okay, so with Rising Waters, you actually get to untap more than 2 lands. Oh no, but then Rising Water says lands don't untap during their controller's untap steps. Maybe this is a... it might be a timestamp thing. So if Rising Waters came out first, lands are just not untapping, period, despite the fact that Winter Orb says you can untap 1 of them, and then you get your trigger. But if you have Rising Waters first, then Winter Orb, maybe you get to untap 2 lands. Maybe. I don't know. It's a very good question. Very, very interesting question. The stacks with Hokori Dust Drinker, but overwrites Winter Orb. Lord Magicus, at least they don't get to untap both Cradle and Ancient Tomb. Oh, yeah, well. At least. Does anyone know how these cards interact? I assume it's a little bit of a... I'm assuming it's a timestamp thing, but I don't know for sure. We got Tanny. Oh, you play a banned card and everyone bans you by not playing with you. That's how it works around here. Okay, Rising Waters is banned. Very strange. But you know what? They banned Winter Orb, so no, not surprised. Smothering Tithe. Smothering Tithe is in the house. It's a very evil card. 4-mana enchantment. Whenever any opponent draws a card, that player may pay 2. If the player doesn't, you create a treasure token. I actually don't see how this is a fair card at all. Like, Rhystic Study, like, paying the 1 is possible. But Smothering Tide, it is impossible. It is strictly impossible to play around this card. And you are drawing a card every single turn. I don't get this one. This is 4 mana. It's not that good. Oh my god. More anti-fun from the local game store. Who is this fun for? Except for the person that gets to play it. And has this massive mana advantage. At least this is my experience. I can play around Rhystic Study or even Mystic Remora whenever I need to. I have no idea how you play around Smothering Tide unless you really have nothing to do with your mana at your upkeep. But there's always something to do with your mana. There's always something to do with your mana on your turn, you know? I just drew a card for I just drew a card for crying out loud. El Winter says, this one I understand. Me too. I don't know how everyone will feel about this one, though. Let's get a vote. Cool. Let's get a vote on this one. The anime art of Smothering Tithe shows the average Smothering Tithe player. Oh, it's a great art. Oh, I love it. I love the art on this thing. It's a beautiful art, just like the Ristic study. Yeah, these Wilds of Eldraine Enchanting Tales. We need a lot more of these. Why did they format it so that the draw step card is not taxed? Like, that would make a whole lot more sense. No, but like I guess if they wanted to see play, they're gonna force you to make you pay too. Every single turn you draw a card. Tithe is like study. They're both just obnoxious. Almond played in Azorius artifacts with affinity and storm off from there. Benny's, this provides plenty of mana for you Angel deck if you have one. Ah, there we go. Making an unplayable Angel deck playable. All those damn 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mana Angels. Now they're very playable, thanks to Smothering Tithe. Christopher B, Smothering Tithe, the most relatable card of the 2020s. Is that when it came out? This is not that old of a card? What was the first printing of Smothering Tithe? When it came out? It came out, 2019. What a menacing card. Oh boy, so green gets to ramp lands with impunity, but white doesn't get to make treasures. Oh, you can make treasures, but under like better conditions. You can't, there's no room to play around this. You're gonna draw a card every single turn. There's nothing you can do about it. You're forced into interacting with, you're forced into like playing into this is what I'm trying to say. Elixir, Battered Golem plus Quicksilver Dagger to counter the Tithe. Does that work? Stormy Cat, Smothering Tithe plus Stasis is a fun time for all. Blue Bomber, wait, did they ban Revel in Riches? No, they did not actually. Bryce says, honestly, your opponents can have all the cards they want or all the mana they want, but as soon as they have both, we got a problem. Well, this is one half of that combo. Almond says, play it in Azorius Artifacts with Affinity and Storm Off. I got you, Almond. I got you. Jagra, there's a whole Hatsune Miku commander deck coming up. Oh yeah, the anime cards. We're gonna have anime magic. Bringing the weebs and magic together at last. You said 6, 7. Oh, oops. Winner says, I really don't understand that anime version of the art. I think. Oh yeah, I don't know either. You know, I don't care. I like the vibes though. we have one character that's super happy, and the other one is like, I don't know if they're crying or they're shy. Yeah, I have no idea. And it looks like there's a wedding. Maybe they're engaged. Maybe this is a gay wedding. I don't know what's going on here. Almond, I also love playing Smothering Tithe in group hug builds. Smothering. Oh, so like people will play into it. That is interesting. I didn't think about that. So people don't feel bad about playing into your Smothering Tithe because they all know that you're going to help them later on anyway. Did it get 1v1 play as far as you know? Smothering Tithe? This is not Oh, this card is legal in Modern? What? And Pioneer? I guess it's just unplayable in these formats. What was its first format? Oh, it came out in Ravnica Allegiance. Okay, then. Okay. It is the rich lady trope in anime, I think. I don't know that trope. Someone have to let me know in the comments section. If a player mixed Ristic Study and this together, would he or she get the most hated player award? They would get, well, yeah, and people would vote for that award by attacking them. But how is this related to the card? Probably nothing. Some of these arts have nothing to do with the card. Wait, what format is Penny? Is it Penny Dreadful? I think it's Penny Dreadful, where every single card online is worth 1 cent. But other than that, I don't know. Nikachu, as someone who plays Pioneer, this card is trash in the format. No, I believe it. I believe that probably any one-on-one format, this card is not going to be that good. It's not going to scale nearly as well. Like, you're going to take an entire... Like, in the competitive formats, Pioneer, Modern, Legacy, if you're burning an entire turn to put this thing into play, then the treasures are not going to compensate for this. And you can run out of cards pretty quickly in one-on-one. Oh boy, it's unplayable because modern players understand resource management. Exactly. And threat assessment. We are assessing the threats. Especially since the only threat is you, the opponent. There is only one threat. What is 2 and what is 1? Oh, I see it. Oh, the type 1 or 2 in chat. Oh yeah, 1 is ban it, 2 is unban it. All right, this card is annoying as hell. Let's ban it. The chat agrees. Okay, we finally agree with this local game store. Ban Smothering Tithe. I don't know about this one, though. Okay, this card is just annoying as F. It's another super annoying card. Stasis. 2-mana enchantment. Players skip their untap steps. Nobody likes losing their untap step. You lose the entire untap step, not just for the lands. At the beginning of your upkeep, sack Stasis unless you pay a blue. Anyway, very, very frustrating card to play against. It is also a combo card. John is like, this is a good card not to play against. So you don't get any more. You don't get to untap your artifacts. You don't get to untap your lands. You don't get to untap your creatures. This is fair. I mean, okay, it is fair because it does have at the beginning of your upkeep. It sort of has cumulative upkeep. Because you don't get to untap your lands later. L. Winter says, another weird art card. Oh yeah, this was weird art before weird art became a thing. Now, back a long time ago, I don't even know if the artists even had any idea what they were making art for. So if you go as far back as beta, there's all sorts of art that has just nothing to do with the card. Didn't we have a show like that? Art that has nothing to do with the card? It's so smothering. Yeah, Stasis plus Smothering Tithe. Old Boy says, it's either a lock, so a win con, or it goes away for a while. Benny, have lots of Vigilance creatures before you play it. Oh yeah, okay. Some people out there are trying to play with it fairly. Just have more mana. It's easier said than done, John. Easier said than done. I don't think people hate on this card nearly as much because at some point, there are combos with it. I mean, it's technically a combo card. I can't remember the, what's it called? I don't remember the land. There's a land, like discard a card from your hand and untap target land. And so that combos with this card because you can then perpetually pay Stasis and eventually your opponents will just be completely tapped out and completely locked out of the game. And they can't, they'll never be able to fight back. And I don't know how you win, but you win eventually. And that's all that matters. All right, Stasis is banned. Maybe not the most harshest ban, but a ban nonetheless. Okay, how about this card? How do people feel about this card? Survival of the Fittest. 2-mana enchantment for a green. Discard a creature card, search your library for a creature card, reveal that card, and put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. You know, I don't like the existence of this card just because it creates consistency for no reason. Like, it creates the ultimate consistency. Like, there is no reason... There's way less of a deck building cost when you have Survival of the Fittest in your deck. Discard anything and then find anything that you want. And it is a perpetual tutor. Were the tutors banned? I think we banned all the they banned all the tutors in this. Oh, we don't know yet. We haven't reached instance and but we reached sorceries. Yeah, we banned okay, if personal tutor is banned, then this thing is banned. Ullman says Stasis is fine, just don't tap out. Fan factor, art description. The blind fox eats the cheese while the Pillsbury doughboy balances on a seesaw staring at a talking about Stasis? Yeah, they give a description to the artist. All right, this is what you're making. The blind fox eats the cheese while the Pillsbury Doughboy balances on a seesaw staring at a pallet. I love it. That's so funny. Fauna Shaman and Formidable Speakers exist now. Now, big difference, but Fauna Shaman has a few problems. The first one is that Fauna Shaman is a creature. So that means two things. First, it's very fleshy, dies to any basically any removal. But also has summoning sickness, so you can't even activate it the turn that it comes into play. If a full rotation happened at the table, then I think it's fair game that you can start tutoring with this thing. Also, you can only do it once a turn. So this is a very, very watered down version of Survival of the Fittest. Survival of the Fittest, you can play it immediately. You can activate it immediately. You can activate it as many times as you want in a turn for as long as you have the green mana, which is not a lot of mana. It's only 1 green. It's the most botched mana activated ability of all time. Benny says this gets the creatures you want and loads your graveyard for possible Graveborn. Almond says it's fine. They have Artificer's Intuition in blue, and that's effectively the same thing for artifacts. Only difference is that Intuition is for 1 CMC or less. Let's look at that. Artificer's Intuition. Into Artificer's Intuition, 2 mana enchantment. For a blue, discard an artifact card from your hand. Search your library for an artifact card with convert mana cost 1 or less. That's a big difference, Almond. A very big difference. Now that would be really powered down if you could only look for creatures with a mana value of 1. But we can't. You can get anything. Imagine they made Artificer's Intuition. You could get any artifact. It'd be like the new Tinker. Almost. I don't know. Maybe it's an interesting concept to create. It also taps for a blue, so only once. Sorry, oh, it's also a tap ability. You're talking about the Fauna Shaman. Oh, that's totally true. Almond, they should fix Survival of the Fittest to 1 CMC or less, and it'd be fine. Yes, that is correct. It would be fine, but it's not. So they banned it. It's massive difference. It limits what you can tutor. Okay. Well, anyway, I'm fine with it. Personally, I'm fine with this ban. And the last card on the list. It's a broken one. It's an Underworld Breach. 2 mana enchantment. Each non-land card in your graveyard has escape, and the escape cost is equal to the card's mana cost plus exile 3 other cards from your graveyard. At the beginning of your end step, sacrifice Underworld Breach. How big of a problem is this for people I'm just curious, in casual Magic, how big of a problem is this card? Of course, it's like one of the best combo cards. I'm not gonna argue that it's a fair card in combo or CEDH. But in casual Magic, how strong is this card? Because they've banned all the other cards. I said because like they banned everything. Like all the broken cards are banned. Anything that you could combo off with is banned. Maybe Underworld Breach is like just fine in this environment? Maybe? What about Birthing Pod? Only 1 creature a turn and also very restricted, so I think Birthing Pod is totally fine. At least in Commander. Bryce, I'm on the side of having more cards to play with. Big Squig going out with a banger. Owen says, ban it. Ban it to hell. Ten Yushing, time to teach people to play Graveyard Hate. That's right. There should be more Graveyard Hate. I mean, it's Grafdigger's Cage. Nice Underworld Breach, right? Oh, we're not done yet. This was a long show, but we're not done yet. Bingo card. We're not done yet. Bryce, 1000% keep it unbanned. Bryce loves playing with things. Blue Bomber, this card might be fair at the store. They banned out all the cards that combo with it. That's what I'm talking about. if this thing was unbanned, what is it gonna do? What are you gonna play your 10 mana Eldrazi off this thing? Altman, especially in the Bergie builds. David Sampson, in my opinion, Underworld Breach is the best card ever printed in any format. Its only problem is being red. Well, what smoke are you cracking, David? Old Boy says, crazy fair in bracket 1. Yeah, exactly. Ten Yushing, I guess people are never responsible with Graveyard Hate in their decks. No, they're not. Everyone should have some Graveyard Hate, but people just don't believe in it. They don't believe in it until they have to deal with the graveyard. Bryce says it would be a fun bracket 2 card. Blue Rose Shade. That blue artifact card is busted. You can search for Soul Ring and 0-cost artifacts. Oh, that's interesting. But it's not busted in this environment because they banned all those 1-mana cards. They're all banned. I didn't realize Artificer's Intuition gets you Soul Ring. Corvinik is like, it's not fine. I've died too many times to this damn card. Grafdigger's Cage doesn't work. Can still recur that brain freeze. Each non-land card in your graveyard has escape. The escape card at the beginning of your end step set. No, I think what are you talking about? Grafdigger's Cage. Players can't play spells from graveyards or libraries. You can't play spells from there. Can't play spells. Yeah. Inaria, Underworld Breach plus Rituals are still good though. It's totally fair in my Guy's Point Right deck. What the hell does that mean? Oh boy, Wizards of the Coast keeps tacking on graveyard hate on random cards, so the lack of graveyard hate may level out. I know, like Endurance. No crack smoking allowed here. But you can smoke that Kraken. It's still too good. Is it? Well, I don't know. Is it? Is it? They should unban it. And I mean, I'll admit. I mean, it's got an evil history. Look, it's banned in Pioneer, Modern, Legacy. It's completely legal. Well, it's completely legal in Vintage, and I'd say Vintage is on the similar power level as Commander. All right, it's banned. I have a feeling it's not as it might be still bad, but it's not as bad in a super ultra casual format. Underworld needs to go because of Brain Freeze. I bet did they ban Brain Freeze? Brain Freeze is a sorcery. They didn't ban Brain Freeze. All right, if they're not banning Brain Freeze, then I guess Underworld Breach just needs to get kicked in the butt. All right, that's it for today, everybody. I hope everyone enjoyed looking over this ban list from this local game store. So it's an amazing ban list. As usual, we do these shows Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, and also Tuesdays, Thursdays, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Be there or be square. Also, thanks to everyone who supports the show. If you're a patron on Patreon, a member on YouTube, or you super chat to be part of the show, or even super chat so other people are part of the show. And of course, thanks everyone for being here. I love your commentary. We got people like David Sanson, Mercenary, Old Boy, Adaptus, Benny. We got the Big Squig. We got Jeff. Stay safe, everyone. So as usual, my coffee crew, keep brewing those coffees. We're going to keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.